Alright, hi. It's been a few days since we played. Just gonna hop back in. There's been some server issues. I think I talked about it in the last episode as well. Yeah, there's some server issues, and it's been making recording a little hard.
Quality material
But
makes
according
for quality
to the patch
goods.
notes today, they have figured out what was causing issues. So hopefully we'll be good to go. I'm feeling a little discombobulated. I've slept all day. Like all day. What happened here? This is some kind of ritual. What did you do, my dude, that you needed to be stabbed in the chest with a chef's knife and surrounded with candles that do not go out when it's raining? What did you do? Okay, anyway. I'm gonna continue over here. Crossing the crocodile-infested waters. We got some witches.
Onward and upward.
Don't mind me. Nope, you're not supposed to see me. I just wanted the nerd root. If you let me have the nerd root, I wouldn't be killing you guys. No! You had to have an opinion about me getting the nerd root. I guess the... Where are you?
Ew. Be sure to wash your hands.
I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again, Xander.
More as many tentacles.
Alright, we're almost there. We're almost there. There's something over there that I...
Good find, cohort.
Finally.
So you've come to the bog at last. I've waited for your arrival. It was written on the stones and in the sky.
Okay, you knew I was coming?
Fate has led you here, just as I have foreseen it. You wish to resolve the conflict between the Wyrd and the Coven. Mother Merc's anger and darkness run deep, even for a hagraven. She's powerful, and leads the Coven through fear and pain.
How do I stop a Mother Merc?
You'll need this charm to defeat her, for she can siphon vitality from even the strongest foe. Kill the lesser hags and drain their power into this charm. But use the charm only when Merc tries to siphon your life force. Don't waste its power.
Alright.
You can find the hags to the west. Just protect that charm. It is your best defense against Mother Merc.
Okay.
Ask, I will answer what I can. Probably.
Okay. I don't really need any of those answered. Thank you. Okay. No lore in the tree. I am gonna come over here and grab, well, the Nern root, of course. I kicked it. I was like waiting there, like standing there waiting for it to be like, alright, yeah, I know you're here. But it took a hot minute. Probably the Daily Endeavor's fault for kicking in first. So I know the other big news
Another
for
chance
Elder
of
Scrolls
perfection.
that's kicking in for next year is they're changing how they're doing what they're focusing on for updating. It sounds like, from the best that I can read from the notes, it sounds like they're maybe slowing down on new content. Not completely, but they are. And they're going to be focusing on revisiting older content that they've released, especially the beginning of the game, and updating
Morris
it
twitching
to
tentacles.
modern,
I'm glad that's done.
to what it looks like now. Which makes sense, because I've said it too, like, you can even tell now, if you compare this to the Golden World DLC, the costumes, you know, look pretty terrible. The quests are definitely different. One of my biggest long-standing complaints about the original game is that in many ways the storylines of the quest from one area to another repeat. They just have a different it just takes place in a different land, and it may be a little different, but it's close enough that you recognize it.
We can use this.
There's also a theory that just how long it takes a person to get through all the content, that they can take some time off before they present new content, which is true because we've been playing. Well, this should be, I think, my 151 episode. So in theory, at least 160 plus hours worth of. Xander. 160 plus hours of gaming content. Maybe a little longer because I do edit out some things. So that's a pretty significant amount of time, and we are only about the original story, the main game. We're only a quarter through, or a third through. Excuse me, a third. Let me adjust that. We're only about a third way through. But then the DLCs, there is a lot of DLCs, and I've only touched 3 of them. And the DLCs are in double numbers. There's quite a few. So real quick, I'll show you while we're safe. These are all DLCs. All of these. and I own all of them only because I have the ESO Plus. So these are all DLCs with the exception of these two. Those are packs. So yeah, there's a lot of DLCs. And some of them are shorter, of course, than others. But the Golden Necrom, Golden Road Part 2, those were full-on games as well. So anyway, what I'm just trying to say is that there is a lot of content. And so I agree that they could afford to take some time off to revisit the original part of the game and do some updating. Look at the hags ahead to our left there.
How dare you turn my own magic against me?
To Apocrypha with you.
Yeah, look. Hold on, let me zoom in so you can see it. I prefer fighting in third person, but that is disgusting, and I'm sure that's pork. Sure of
This
it.
is pleasant. Now we just need to brew up some tea.
Xander. The Witches of Hagfen. I arrived at a rather watery area as I traveled through Glenumbra. It was full of odd trees and murky water. When I asked a local what this place was, he said this is the Hag Fens, a swamp as anyone with eyes can plainly see. I asked what I might find within and if I were to explore these fens. The fellow responded rather tersely. Hags, you git. Why do you think we call it that? I do enjoy speaking to the natives. It always adds an element of raw authenticity to my travels. When pressed to explain about the hags, the local told me that there is some sort of witch. Exciting news! I like researching the different ways that magica is employed across the land. I asked the Lacaturn fellow where I might find the ladies of the swamp, and he made a rather rude noise. If you're fool enough to go looking for the ladies, as you call them, then head to the North Fens. Maybe they'll invite you to tea. Locals are always leery of those that use magic, but I'm sure the swamp witches would welcome any scholarly discussion. I found the area of the fens where the hags dwell. Unfortunately, I lost one boot, my walking stick, and one of my packs were rather aggressive crocodiles that also call these fens home. But I can see some of the tree dwellings that I believe belong to the hags nearby. I've been observing from my hiding place behind a small shrub. My notes forthwith. Hags have some strange deformity and rely on walking staff to get around. The hags appear rather unkempt and are obviously old. Hags apparently use materials found in these fens to craft attire that is rather rustic. There is a group of younger, prettier witches which do not abide with the elderly hags. Hags must send their menfolk off to work, as I have observed no male hags up to this point. Perhaps the males dwell in a separate camp. Ask hags about their menfolk. One of the hags nearest my observation point seems to be cooking something in a rather large cauldron. A bit of hot stew and a cup of tea would be welcome after my mishaps in the swampy fens. I shall approach slowly, so as not to startle the elderly lady. I found a notation from Wyrwood's Galen. We found a rather tattered Bosmer crawling out of the fens. He had barely survived an encounter with the hags and a crocodile or two. He was delirious and kept begging for tea and stew. We healed him and sent him on his way, although not before he attempted to proposition nearly every Wyrwood in our camp. He left some of his notes, which we have preserved, though his complete lack of wit with regard to local creatures and customs, and his absurd observation skills, do not bode well for him surviving another journey. I love how we just pick up the pork that we find. The pork, in quotations, that we just find laying around.
Someday you'll make something surprising with that.
I guess we better go in. Make sure there's nothing hidden in here. Nope.
You have returned, and you are victorious, just as I have foreseen it.
I defeated Mother Merc.
I sensed her departure. The shadows cast by her destructive anger will fade from these fens in time. Perhaps she will find peace in whatever lies beyond this plane. You did well, I think.
Sounds like you feel sorry for Mother Merc.
She was a dark and dangerous creature, to be sure. I do not mourn her, but I wish her to be at peace. Mother Merc's influence on the hags was strong. With her gone, the balance of the fens will change.
I hope this puts an end to the danger facing the refugees.
Indeed, with Mother Merc gone, the hags will wither and the Wyrd will prosper. You, however, have somewhere else to be. I see a long road ahead of you, traveler. Tread carefully.
Your accomplishments just compound one upon the other.
Thank you, Xander. Alright, where are we on this map? Why am I so blind? Okay, I found us. Alright, we gotta go to Canberry Pass.
Good find, cohort. That was intellectually stimulating.
You're gonna see me. I don't know if you guys can see from the screen, but there's quite an interesting conversation happening in general chat. It flashes up pretty fast.
Dirt fungus.
I had thought about turning it off so you guys aren't bothered by it, I guess, but I don't think it's probably a bother. I hear it.
And that's done. What's next?
The dolmen.
Again? Cease splashing blood upon my chains. Nothing you can do will end this.
I like
see what's going on over here.
Quality material makes for quality goods.
I can't believe I lost everything.
What's going on, Ode?
What a terrible idea this turned out to be. What was I thinking?
What happened to you?
My dream has turned into a nightmare. I wanted to start fresh in Daggerfall. I even have a name for my new shop. Garments by Odai. Has a nice ring, don't you think? Then, disaster. I cut through this pass and ran into wolves. I lost everything.
It really can be dangerous to leave the main roads.
I was in a hurry. I had an appointment I had to keep. Anyway, could you help me? I'm ruined without my sewing box, silken threads, and book of patterns. Gather them and meet me on the other side of the pass. I'll take the long way around.
Alright, I'll retrieve your stuff and meet you on the other side.
As long as I have the tools of my trade, I can make an honest living. A good tailor is welcome anywhere.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Please, but do hurry. I worry that the wolves will chew up my book of patterns. I've made dresses and suits for nobles. Very elegant garments. The patterns in the book are priceless. Without them, my business is finished.
Why did you leave the main roads?
I thought the pass was a shortcut. Get me closer to Daggerfall. I'm not really good with maps, though. I'm not anywhere near Daggerfall, am I?
Nope, Aldcraft is closer.
Oh, I should have listened to... Well, anyway, if you help me get my things, I'll stick to the main roads until I reach a safe settlement. Aldcroft sounds fine. I'm just anxious to get going. Fresh start and all that.
You should have found a group to travel with.
Yes, well, I'm a spontaneous sort. Yes, spontaneous. Grab my tools and take to the road. Go where the moment takes me. I wanted a fresh start. Adventure. Excitement. I hadn't considered the wolves, though.
Okay.
We can use this.
Oh my gosh, there's like a lot of dead people here. Why is there so many dead people? That guy was lucky he just lost his stuff and not his life. Based on how many dead people there are. I think if I don't freeze that dude, he summons other wolves to come out from the cave, if I remember right. Is this guy lying to me? Did he come with a group and this is the dead group? Uh-oh, Xander. Uh-oh. Okay, might have goofed. Might have goofed, Xander.
Get down and be quiet. We don't want to give our position away. We're keeping an eye on these Red Rook bastards. They're not the simple bandits they pretend to be, that's for sure. If you want to help...
I'm sorry, it might have cut out. If you want to help, go talk to Provost Piper. Where can I find Provost Piper?
The Provost. He commands the Lion Guard camp near the old ruins. Tell him you want to help, and he'll probably give you a commission. We captured a Red Rook messenger. He was on his way to a secret meeting when we snatched up the lout.
A secret meeting?
Something about the Red Rooks and the Bloodthorns. The Provost can tell you more if you're really that interested. Now get out of here before you bring the entire bandit gang down on my head.
Alright, I'll go talk to Provost Piper at the pet camp. Some weird happenings to the back of my computer is acting weird. Ooh.
Any more? I need some tea.
I don't suppose you've seen a frightened tailor wandering about. His name is Odai Philippe. I'm his wife, and I very much want to find him.
Oh, I met a tailor who asked for my help.
That sounds like my sweet Odai. Kindest man in the world, but as helpless as a kitten. We spent the night at the Lion Guard camp nearby, and he must have wandered off. He sleepwalks sometimes. Odai's not used to rough living.
There are wolves in the pass. He's taking the long way around.
Oh, I do hope he isn't frightened. Even deer tend to startle poor Odai. I was taking him to my mother's home in Wayrest. She just loves Odai to pieces. I can better concentrate on my job if I know Odai's safe.
Something's not matching up. He should be along at any moment. I recovered the tools of his trade.
Oh, look, there he is now. Poor bedraggled darling. Thank you for helping him. I really will feel better once I get him safely to my mother's house. I just adore him so. I'd hate for anything to happen to him.
What?
There you are, my poor darling. You must have been sleepwalking again. You were gone when I woke up.
Yes, dear. Sleepwalking. Again.
Was my little cuddle bear frightened? You're safe now. I'll get you to my mother's. Have you snug as a bug in a rug in no time. And don't worry. I'll kill anyone or anything that gets in our way.
Yes, dear. I'm sure you will.
Well, that's enough excitement for one day. Come along, dearest. The sooner we get you to safety, the sooner I can get back to work.
Are you trying to run away from your
Don't
wife?
forget to thank the kind stranger for helping you, dear.
Thanks, stranger. For nothing.
Well, if you told me the full story, I wouldn't have talked to her. Oh, man. You can't blame me if you don't give me the full story.
I wasn't sure if I'd run into anyone else on these forsaken roads. Well, except for the werewolves and the maniacal cultists, that is.
Huh? What do you want with this old hunt master?
I'm here to claim the bounty on the crocodiles.
Are you now? You're the first one today who still has all his arms and legs. Ah, these are pretty. Pretty disgusting. Here, take your gold.
An adventurer from the looks of you. Live by the sword and die by it, as they say. What brings you to our humble camp?
Corporal Adele said you could use some help.
I might have something that will interest you. We captured a Red Rook messenger prowling around our camp. We think he was going to a Red Rook's and Bloodthorn's meeting. Rumor is they're forming an alliance, but we can't get the messenger to talk.
Want me to talk to him?
Might as well give it a shot. He's been telling us a sad story about his kidnapped family, but I don't believe a word of it. If you want to try to make the bandit talk, he's right over there.
My brother joined that bad man cult. Word is they're all dead now. I never liked my brother much.
Please, you have to listen to me. My family's in danger. No one will listen. I'll tell you everything I know, but you have to help me. I'm begging you.
All right, I'm listening.
First, you have to promise to help me. I didn't stumble into a Lion Guard camp by accident. I came here for help, not to be taken prisoner. I had no choice. They're holding my family.
Who's holding your family?
The Red Rooks. I'm a tracker. I know this area like the back of my hand. The Red Rooks tried to convince me to join them, but I said no. So they captured my family and threatened to kill them. I want those bastards dead just as much as anyone.
I'll rescue your family if you tell me what you know.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know, but only after they're safe. They're holding my family in an abandoned house to the south of this camp. If you get them back here safely, I'll tell you everything you want to know.
Okay.
How invigorating! Another chance at perfection.
You aren't one of them. Please, help us. These bandits grabbed us. They're using us to force my husband to help them. I'm so worried about him.
Your husband is at the Lion Guard camp to the northeast. You'll be safe there.
Yip is safe. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Come, Darciel. We need to get out of here and find your father.
That's not a stew pot. It's my laundry.
That's not a stew pot. That's my laundry. One of the NPCs in the background said that. I was just checking to see if there was a chest back here, but there was not.
Safe, thank the Divines. And thank you for believing me. I'll tell you everything I know about the Red Rooks and the Bloodthorns.
I'm listening.
The Bloodthorns and Red Rooks plan to finalize their alliance. They're meeting in secret right in the ruins behind you. But the relationship has been rocky at best from what I was able to see. I don't think it will be very hard to force them apart.
How can I force them apart?
Just wiping out the ones at this meeting won't be enough. That might even bring the two groups closer together since you'd be giving them a common enemy. No, you need to turn them against one another.
How do you know so much about this alliance?
I've kept my eyes and ears open. They've been forcing me to scout the area, but they haven't been paying all that much attention to me. The envoy and the Redbrook leader, they kind of hate each other, from what I could see.
How can I force them apart?
Just wiping out the ones at this meeting won't be enough. That might even bring the two groups closer together since you'd be giving them a common enemy. No, you need to turn them against one another.
Alright, I'll attack them while disguised as a Redbrook. The guys with the torches. This is a bit of a problem, isn't it? Cinder, what are we gonna do?
Someday you'll make something surprising with that.
Bloodthorns, to arms! The Red Rooks that betrayed us!
Well, what did you get?
Did you hear something?
No. No, you did not. I mean, maybe me, but it's fine.
So, I'm going to take a wild guess here. All that commotion coming from the ruins? That was you, wasn't it? Good work.
I disrupted the meeting by killing the Bloodthorn envoy while disguised as a Redbrook.
A job well done, then. No good would have come from such an unholy alliance. While you were gone, I decided to let Kip and his family go. Couldn't stand seeing his wife and daughter so distressed. I even tossed him a shirt and a pair of pants.
There you are.
Oh, hello.
There you are. I've been looking for you.
You were looking for me?
Well, not necessarily you, exactly, but certainly someone like you. Strong, brave, capable, carries a well-used weapon. The Lion Guard has need of you. Go see Commander Ailes. He's in our fortified camp up on the hill.
Why do you have a camp way out there?
The Lion Guard sets up camp wherever there's a need. And this one is vital. We're barely keeping Angoff's dead from pouring out of Cath Padro. The rotting bastards are damn tough, that's for sure.
Alright, I'll go speak to Commander Ailes.